बात करूंगी. I just want to understand that, and taking on from the point which the BJP spokesperson is making, that this is not just about a change of democracy, but the threat as far as national security is concerned. Kamru Choudhury, I want to understand, when we all say that yes, the threat as far as national security is real, and for all of us to see, when there is talk as far as increasing jurisdiction of the BSF is concerned, why is the opposition up in arms?
Ridhima, first of all, a very good evening to you and your fellow panelists. First of all, so far whatever the discussions were happening, I could grasp three basic points out here.
Sure.
First point was the infiltration issue. Second one was the population growth of the Muslims in Assam. Third was the radicalization. Now, let me just break it out for your better understanding. In the first point, when you talk about infiltration, well, first and foremost, the first Chief Minister of Assam, Lokpriya Gopinath Bordoloji, even he acknowledged there is a problem with infiltration. This infiltration started prior to independence and it has been continuing for long. Now, the point out here, for the last 7 to 8 years, we have got a double engine Sarkar in Assam. What is the double engine Sarkar doing in Assam to control the infiltration, if at all there is? 50 kilometers of jurisdiction has been increased for the BSF, who have been empowered to enter anybody's house, search documents, arrest anybody, and if any illegal immigrants are there, then to chuck them out of the country following the due process of law. Now, my second point out here, when you talk about the population growth with statistics, now just let me cite one report that Dr. Qureshi has put out in public domain. In Assam, from 2015, when the total fertility rate of Muslims was 2.2, it came down to 1.9 in 2021. So there is a definite degrowth in the Muslim population of the country, of Assam. Then second most important point, when you talk about district-wise demographics, let me just remind you, of course, in those char areas of Dhubri and South Salmara, there is a problem of infiltration because of the riverine border. But I can say with definite authority, and I can challenge anybody on this panel, that the districts of Kachar mentioned out here and districts of Karimganj mentioned out here, they were already 90% population, Muslim majority population before independence. Till date, I don't find any infiltration of illegal migrants in those two districts. The other two districts I acknowledge. Then the most important thing.
So I want to understand. Let's take Dhubri's case only. Let's take Dhubri's case, since all of us seem to be on the same page. That was a Hindu majority district. That demography is completely changed. Dr. Jnanendra Barman, give us a sense of how changed the demography is today.
Yes, absolutely. Actually, demography has been changed. The Assam is facing a demographic threat. In 9 districts where Muslims are majority now, in all those districts, in 1951, if you go through 1951 census report, you will find that Hindus, all those districts were Hindu majority. Sylhet district was Muslim majority, and that became part of Pakistan during at the time of partition. So now again these jihadi elements are showing up their heads in those areas where Muslims are majority. In those areas where Muslims are majority now, you will see our land belong to the indigenous people have been occupied. Harishankar Brahma Committee constituted by BJP government shows that 63 lakhs bighas of land have been occupied by these immigrant Muslims. Our temples under threat, our girls raped and killed in those areas, Hindus forced to flee. This is the picture of Assam. Let me give an example. In Dhubri district, you are speaking about Dhubri district. In Dhubri district in 2001, Hindu population was 4,05,000. And in 2011, Hindu population declined to 3,88,000. Where have all these Hindus gone? So Hindus are actually, they have been forced to flee. So this is Assam's situation in many areas. Dhubri, Gwalpara, Nagaon, Hindus have been forced to flee. So they are under threat. So this is really a terrible situation. And
Hindus are under threat. Tushar, if you heard the discussion so far.
Please allow me
30 seconds.
Allow me 10 seconds.
Sure.
देखिए ये जो टोटल फर्टिलिटी रेट की बात बोल रहे हैं ना, ये एज पर द नेशनल फैमिली हेल्थ सर्वे रिपोर्ट 2020-21, Muslims' fertility rate is 61.1% higher than that of the Hindus. So this is the National Family Health Survey report. So yes, Hindus' total fertility rate in Assam is 1.6, which is far below the replacement level, which is 2.1. But Muslims' total fertility rate in the shore areas, it is 4.5, something like that. So this is really a terrible situation. And there was survey in the shore areas. It was found that in 1 decade in Dhubri shore means in the riverain areas, the immigrant Muslim colonies, population increased as much as 195%.
At the heart of this,
areas.
what I want to understand, and Tushar, this is what I want to understand from you. Our Indian land is for whom? Who should it be inhabited by? If there is a demographic change that is happening, why are we not addressing the issue rather than what the opposition person is saying that I think it's happening only on 1 or 2 districts? A Hindu majority district today, that demography is completely changed. Something seems to be changing, right? Don't we need to now address the issue of what's actually causing the demographic change?
Absolutely. See, every time this discussion comes up, it is made about religion. Oh, it's Hindus versus Muslims. Now, there is no denying that there has been a demography change. There has been a change district-wise, so boiled down. But the government is not only dutiful towards the Hindus in that region, also towards the indigenous Muslims. So when I say that it's a national security threat, I do not say that the threat is to Hindus alone. It's also to the Assamese Muslims. We forget that there is not just about Hindus versus Muslims as the opposition wants it. It's also about the indigenous Muslims who have been living in Assam, who are now missing out on the welfare of the government, provided by the government, the policies, all the schemes that are cornered by the people without any official documents, without any official records. And at some point, we have to ask this one tough question, Ridhima. What is going to be that one firm policy? We know there are illegal immigrants there. We know where they're coming from. We know where they're settling in their early days and how they're scattered to other parts of the country. Now, the question is, what is going to be that one firm policy which is above religious politics, which is above party politics, and just keeps into interest the nation's security, nothing else? And again, I want to re-emphasize this point. It's not about the Hindus of Assam alone, which are, of course, on the declining side, given some districts. It's also about the government's duty towards the indigenous Muslims of the state, and that is why the state government is worried.
Pramod Swami, what is going to be that one tough policy to ensure that the indigenous people are safeguarded?
Yeah. I am agree with तुषार मेहता जी और मैं ये पेपर की कटिंग आपको दिखाना चाहता हूँ। ये पेपर की कटिंग अगर आप जूम करके देखें तो इसमें ये न्यूज में टोटल क्लियर रूप से लिखा हुआ है कि शांति प्रिय मुस्लिम समुदाय के सहयोग से हुआ जिहादी मॉडल का पर्दाफाश, जो मैंने पहले ही कहा था। ये देखिए, ये पेपर की कटिंग में है। तो मैं तुषार मेहता की इस बात से सहमत हूँ कि ये मुद्दा हिंदू मुस्लिम का नहीं है, ये मुद्दा राष्ट्र की सुरक्षा से जुड़ा मुद्दा है। और इंडिजिनस असमीज मुस्लिम जो हैं वो ये इस बात को समझते हैं कि ये इन्फिल्ट्रेशन की जो समस्या है, ये घुसपैठ की जो समस्या है, ये भारत की सभ्यता और संस्कृति के ऊपर में सीधा हमला है। ये धर्म की बात नहीं है, ये 5000 वर्षों से पुरानी हमारी जो संस्कृति है, हमारा जो कल्चर है, जो असमीज जो कल्चर है, जो हमारा जो हिंदू कल्चर है, उसके ऊपर में ये सीधा एक आक्रमण है। और आप देखिए, जो बॉर्डर जो इलाके हैं, वहां कुछ ऐसे भी जगह हैं जहां सिर्फ 4 या 5 मुस्लिम फैमिलीज है, लेकिन वहाँ 4 या 5 मस्जिद है। तो 5 फैमिली में अगर मुस्लिम फैमिली है तो वहाँ 5 मस्जिद की क्या आवश्यकता है? और ये जो उग्रवाद जो पनपा है, जो जिहाद जो